It's about to be action-packed, so sit back and enjoy the snacks. Oh, hell
Realist, it's Trey.
And it's Tasha.
Married to the Real. Queen Charlotte, A Bridgerton Story, Episode 4.
Holding the King. Let's see what's going on this episode.
Excuse me.
English. Full reactions on Patreon.
What is this? What is happening? What has happened to my husband?
Excuse me, Your Majesty. It is the Dowager Princess. You are needed at the palace. I believe she has found you a bride.
Every day you fail to produce an heir, our family's position weakens.
Right. Thank you for the cue. Now I ask, is that all a king is? A royal stud horse trotted out for the chosen mare? Or can a king rule in his own way through practical scientific study, agricultural improvement? Tell me, what would the people prefer, a royal baby or cheap bread?
Right now, they have neither. I have found you a queen. Sophia Charlotte of Mecklenburg-Strelitz.
A German? How exotic.
I will not bore you with her
Sophia?
qualities, except for the best one. She is on a ship.
A ship?
It is done.
Impossible. She will lose the moon.
Lose the moon, Your Majesty?
Storms over the North Sea this season. No longitude, no bride. She loses the moon and she is lost.
Withdraw. Withdraw.
You heard her.
Not only the moon, politics.
I wonder what his dad and granddaddy died of.
It's time to consider trepanation.
Nonsense. What the fuck is that?
I had a patient just like him in Chichester. It is an excess of ill humour in the legs.
We tried your methods. They succeeded in nothing but driving the humour into his stomach. Your Highness, I implore you, diet is the key.
Enough. We've entertained all your theories.
That's not always true if it's hereditary. If he has like a mental illness.
And the king
They
remains.
don't know nothing about that though.
We need new theories.
Indeed, Your Highness, it may be time to consider what none of your physicians have dared. That the king's condition is not merely physical, but nervous.
Do you understand what you are saying, sir?
That is treason.
But
if the
it could
king
be
is
true.
declared insane, he loses the throne.
Not insane. Merely suffering a disorganization of the nerves. Dr. John Monroe of the Bethlehem Hospital.
You mean Bedlam, the madhouse?
Oh,
Your
not
Highness,
Bedlam.
this quack has no place among proper doctors.
The proper doctors have failed me, so I have had to
I've
cast a
heard things
wider
about
net.
Bedlam.
Stinging him with poisoned beetles or bruising his legs with tourniquets.
Aye. What do they involve then?
The fuck was y'all doing to this man?
Simply talking to him.
Talking? Huh. Are we to believe this malady can be cured with one's voice?
It depends on the voice.
I wonder if that's why she gave up eventually. Because it was no longer her voice that could reach him.
Who's to say it ever did though?
Remember yourself. You are the King of England. You have armies, navies at your command. You command an entire kingdom. You can command yourself too.
It's like nothing they would have probably fixed it back then though, because they ain't really never know shit like that. Everything was a guess until it worked or it didn't.
Are you fit to marry, George?
I am.
Child, that shit's crazy though, just walking in one day and it's like, oh, you get married next week? Like, huh? Excuse? That's why I was like, I wonder how his dad and granddaddy died. That they have similar shit going on.
And do any of the kids have it?
That's the question, huh?
And maybe if the kids don't have it, maybe they don't want to pass it on. Maybe that's why they,
Because I just
they
wonder,
got
like,
bastards.
they don't know what schizophrenia is or stuff like that back then. I just wonder if that could be, because I think you at risk to get schizophrenia up until you like 25 or something like that.
Bride is missing.
His perspective. I love when they do that kind of stuff.
I always feel
What's he
bad
doing?
for
disappearing.
When people
As
get
evidently
sick
the
and
bride
can't
is-
nobody figure out like what's wrong.
No bride, no wedding.
If your bride is missing, it is your responsibility to remedy that.
Probably for the best. It was premature, all this. I'm not ready, not right.
I have examined you thoroughly, and you are perfectly right.
Damn. Slapping the king is crazy.
He's right.
Slap the fuck out of him,
Well,
bitch.
he
I'm
was-
talking about they would have
he was
choked
ready-
your ass up.
He was ready to die behind that slap. You had to be ready to die behind that slap. They was gonna kill his ass right
It's kind
there.
of sad though, cause he's so young and already dealing with this. Cause I think he like 20 or 20 something. I forgot. I think I said last time she was 17 and he 20, right?
Something like that. 20, 22, something like that. For all the years she's been dealing with this.
Him too though. Like you just.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get married and she fall in love with him, I mean, there's sickness in health, but him, like dealing with that young. That's probably why he didn't want to get married and have no kids. I get why he did what he did, though. I was trying to figure out why, because I'm like, why?
Anything. I have decided I'm your king!
Come on then, just a tipple.
Huh?
The devil are you two doing?
Celebrating?
Take the night off, Reynolds. The King's at Buckingham House.
His Majesty is back here, now.
Oh, he threw that shit. Bitch, I know somebody got to clean it up in the morning.
Like, you see they get themselves together. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, that shit.
My
they
boy,
don't play
you
back
ain't got
then.
on your jacket, my boy.
Get sliced up for anything back in the day.
Her perfection is matched only by my deformity. She belongs as far from me as she can get.
Will your Majesty
Not
not
him
be
feeling
returning
like
to Buckingham
that.
House?
I have done as they asked. I married. Now I shall leave her alone.
Vomit.
So-
God damn!
Because I was wondering why he acted like that, and it's like, seeing it from his perspective is like...
The Queen is coming.
What? Why was I not informed?
No one was informed, Your Majesty. She just appeared.
Good God.
He said, good God.
She will be here any moment.
George!
What?
Say something!
The way they still have to bow, bitch. So I would have just turned up and left. They still have to do the fucking curtsies and shit.
Monroe, I need your help.
Of course.
It is not enough to cure the fits once they start.
Mm.
If the Queen were to ever see me like that, if she were to flee from me, God forbid, if I were to hurt her, surely there must be something that you can do. Something to end the fits. Forever.
I have been experimenting with something more proactive.
Please. I want to be well.
Then the first
I
is
would
always
require
dangerous.
rooms in the palace, full access to your majesty at any time, and license to pursue more extreme measures.
Oh.
Anything. Whatever you have to do, we have
That
the time
sounds a
and
little
privacy of
sad.
my honeymoon.
I don't know, because he from Bedlam, y'all. I heard things about that place.
But you see, he never wanted to hurt
Our
her.
king.
Yeah, I get why he did it, but it just sucks that it even have to be like that. Like, they just got married. Y'all can't even,
As
like,
such,
enjoy
we're used to
yourself.
the obe-
Not snatch him out the bed like that?
We require solitude. You are dismissed.
I know that's dangerous, bro. They don't know if he gonna do something to this man or not.
Oh,
You have
shit.
never known the salubrious powers of Spartan.
Damn. They thought this was gonna help? The shit they used to do back in the day to try to cure shit was crazy. Is that gruel, bitch?
That's what he was going through while she was
And
doing.
this sucks, cause like
That's-
I'm over here like, why the fuck he ain't eating with her? And then
Man, he over here torturing himself.
these ocean ladies, I came with these shoes. Bitch! Oh, I'm getting the fuck up out of here. What the fuck they got a dog up in here for?
Is the origin of your fits.
This ain't no fucking way.
Is the cure.
Mm-mm.
Submission.
Mm-mm.
Is it?
This look like the electric chair. Like, what the fuck they feel like this finna do? Is that where he got the dog from?
I shall govern you. Don't give a damn who your father was, how many titles you have, or whether you are God's own representative on Earth. In here, you are just another animal in a cage, and just like an animal, I will break you!
See, that don't sound helpful as a doctor.
Yeah,
that's the mad scientist shit right there. That's why I was like, why he got them dogs in there in the cage? That's why I was like, when he was like, he asked to be able to do more extreme shit, I'm like, leeches? How does this help? Hell no. Bitch, you gotta get the fuck on up out of here.
We have been at this for days. How much longer?
He experimenting, he don't
As
know.
long as it takes to achieve our goal, that was our agreement.
Is a broken king really better than a mad one?
I do not call it the terrific method for nothing. Terror is its very basis. Through science and force of will, the Germans transformed their wolves into this thing. See,
They
boy,
come running like
animal
how he
nature
did.
is clay. I will do to you what the Germans did to their wolves, mold you until you are as harmless and obedient as he.
Domestication took how many years though? He looked like he hurt. Like,
Is Your Majesty quite all right?
Of course, why wouldn't I be?
Forgive me, Your Majesty, no reason at all. It is a prodigious quantity of ice they keep carting around here. And as for the food, I do not know that I would see it fed to our lowest stable hand.
Are you questioning the doctor's methods?
see, that would be too.
I have my own doubts about them, but I have to try. It's the only chance I have of being with her.
I wonder what they got him eating.
With
right?
respect, Your Majesty is His Majesty. His Majesty can do as he pleases. His Majesty could be with her right now.
I can't take the risk, especially with a woman so unpredictable. Abandoning her honeymoon chamber is in violation of all custom and decorum, not to mention my direct order, bursting in unannounced on the king. Why, she is almost as mad as I am. A woman like that is too dangerous for a man like me.
Or maybe a perfect match.
It's all in how you look at things. Him looking like this, I can't. Child, I need to know what's in that plate of food that he giving him. Because that man could just be getting off on treating the king like that. Fucking quacks. So he just be watching her? Damn. She playing chess with herself. Because she by herself and he just watching. That's so sad.
Your Majesty might provide the Queen a gesture.
A gesture?
Some token, some sign that she is not really alone.
Oh, I see why he gave that to her.
Tell people.
Well, she's from Germany, and he made it seem like the dogs, like German wolves, were turning to that. So maybe he feel like by getting her, because there was other dogs in there. Well, I picked that one. But him going through all this just to be better for her, bruh. Some of y'all could never.
Fitting present, no? From my cage to hers. I want the Queen to know we will not be caged forever.
I see.
Your Majesty, news from Buckingham House. The Queen has received your gesture.
And what did she think of it?
She called it a deformed bunny.
No ice bath. No chair today.
Your Majesty, boy, I command you to stay.
Sorry, Doctor. Today I would rather work on my farm.
Interesting. Farmer George.
I could not be standing behind no horses. Like,
I say this work has made me hungry. I think I shall dine with my wife.
is it perhaps when he gets nervous?
Could be stress induced. Because they only showed it when he was told he had to get married, the day he was getting married. Then him trying to pull up here with her and her not showing up. So it could be like stress induced.
Anxiety.
I was wondering if he could like touch him or not, because I didn't know. See, if y'all ain't got people in your corner like that, throw them away.
Your Majesty?
Not now, Doctor. I'm busy moving.
Moving?
To Buckingham House.
Without consulting me?
I have instructed the men to find you quarters there, though I am afraid our consultations may become rather less frequent. Alas.
But such a change could have disastrous consequences for your health.
My health. Doctor, I feel healthier than I have in years.
Since you moved here, you've not been to the chair once. If we do not resume treatment soon, we risk losing everything we have accomplished.
You and I, Doctor, have accomplished nothing. Anything accomplished for me has been the work of my bride. Her methods have done more for me than you and your chair ever could.
Your Majesty forgets himself.
No, you forget yourself.
You give free rein to your most capricious urges.
I have lived my entire life in terror of acting incorrectly because every incorrect action threatened the ruin of England. But terror nearly broke me. Now, I have met a woman who is never terrified. Excuse me, Doctor. I have a party to attend.
Oh, this is before they went to old girl them party. See, it's like he was in a good place when all this started happening though.
Monroe, what are you doing here? Perhaps I failed to speak clearly before. You will never treat me again. You are no longer my doctor.
Oh, a pity. Nevertheless, I remain the Queen's.
The Queen's?
Yes, I'm preparing this poultice for her now.
Stay away from her.
But, Your Majesty, she came to me. Heard that the king's doctor was here and apparently figured that she should not settle for anything less than doctor to the king.
But why would she need a doctor?
Well, because obviously she is with child. Congratulations, Your Majesty.
Oh, they probably set
Joyous
him
day
out.
for England.
He did that on purpose.
Of course he did.
If he would have heard the news from her, it would have been easier.
He probably worried about his kids having what he got. Child would have had him filleted in the street, telling my business like that.
Nervousness, anxiety.
Reynolds! Reynolds, my carriage!
So I know what she doing. Oh, she finna eat that motherfucking
I did
ass
not
up.
expect you. The Danbury ball was a trial.
Has your highness ever tried cutting English mutton with a dull knife?
I beg your pardon.
The knives at Buckingham House used to be sharp enough. Then, one day, they were all dull. It happened to be the day the king joined me there. Surely a coincidence, too, that the very same day the windows were sealed shut on the upper floors and suddenly locks
I see what she's
everywhere.
saying.
Locks on the armory, the kitchen, the shed where the gardeners keep their shears. What I could not quite convince myself was a coincidence, though, was when the library set of Shakespeare was suddenly missing King Lear.
Forgive me, I am not a Shakespeare enthusiast.
The one about the mad king, because the king is mad and I live in a mad house.
You forget yourself, Charlotte.
All this time I thought I was the damaged one. That somehow I was deficient when he...
The king is not mad. The king is merely exhausted from holding the greatest nation in the world on his shoulders.
Girl, you delusional.
If God grant you ever do bear an heir, then you may start to learn, and your first lesson will be this. You would do anything to stop the cracking. Now you sit at the helm of the world. What matter if your husband has his peculiarities?
I did not ask to sit at the helm of the world. I did not even ask for a husband. But if I must have one, if I must leave my home, my family, my language, my life, it cannot be for a man I do not know.
Now you're probably gonna go back to the quack, which obviously still didn't help in the long run.
Strap me back in.
Damn. This is where it cuts off right here. This is... Well... Seeing it from Georgia's side is a different beast. It's a different beast. Tragedy.
We're gonna bring out more Queen Charlotte. We're gonna see what happens, because I'm ready to see what happened to Lady Danbury after her husband croaked while they was fucking. That's gonna be interesting, because that kind of cut off there as well when they was acting like, oh my god, he's dead. Like, I just want to see, because I still feel like her and Violet Daddy had shit going on.
It's possible. We're gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for the support. For reactions, Patreon. It's Trey
and it's Tasha.
Stay real.
You already watch, so you might as well subscribe, please.